So we just watched the D&D movie.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it a lot. I feel like the world generally had low expectations at first, like the first trailer, and then I think reviews were really positive.
Yeah.
So then expectations raised, and then I feel like it even exceeded those expectations. I thought it was really fun.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I went expecting it to be fun, but I didn't expect it to be like amazing.
Yeah,
which is what it was.
Yeah.
And like I've read the only review, like only criticism I've heard is that it's long. And it's like I get that it may feel that way, but I couldn't tell you a single thing you could cut.
Honestly, it didn't feel that way for me. Like it was long in terms of I realized that because I wanted to go pee.
Well, so this is funny because Jags went to pee at one point. She was like, I need to go pee, I don't know what to do. And then the great thing is that so many clips of the movie have come online. I was like, hey, we've seen this scene.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch, she was like, she just ran, went to pee, and didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
We run into that issue, but it never goes that well.
Yeah.
It's always like, okay, I'm gonna try to find the moment where I can use the restroom and miss the least. And she always leaves like right when there's tons of exposition. So for this movie, she left right when we learn, and this is a spoiler, but
Yeah, this is the spoiler talk.
yeah, Chris Pine was kind of responsible for his wife's death in a way because he stole, and then they hatched this new plan. So like the kind of thing that takes you from like end of Act 2 to start of Act 3 and all the stuff that has to happen there. She's in the bathroom, so he comes back, and I'm like, I got my hand in my hands, so I've been like trying to remember all of it.
That's
I'm like,
really funny.
this happened. They were sad, now they're happy because of this, and now the plan now is they're gonna.
I went during that scene where they wake up the corpses.
Yes, that was funny.
That scene, because it was already out, like part of it. So I'm like, it's okay. It's just like a little jokey thing. I can miss it. I can always watch it.
That's a good one.
So I just like went quickly and came back.
That's perfect.
But with this movie, your expectations were low. He was pleasantly surprised. My expectations were matched because when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, this looks like fun. And it better be fun, because lately what's happened is a lot of movies that we've seen,
The trailers are really good.
the trailers have been good, and when I go watch the movie is garbage. And I'm like, what the fuck? So this time I'm like, okay, this looks like fun and it better be fun. And I actually knew that it would be fun. I felt that it should be fun. So when we watch, I'm like, okay, this is good. I love it. This is fun. This meets my expectations, and that makes me very happy. And I just like enjoyed it. Like I had like a good time. It looked really good. All the vistas and everything looked really pretty. All the homes were so cute. Like his
Production design was
production design is beautiful.
Yeah.
And what's that character? Holga,
yeah.
Oh, she was cute. She was so cute. I loved her.
I mean, the casting was perfect. Like, I had no issues with anyone, except maybe Hugh Grant kind of felt like he was phoning it in a little bit.
Oh, really? I thought he was
But
good.
it's fine. Actually, I'll tell you why. I watched this Jason Statham movie just now. It's terrible. It's an awful movie. But Hugh Grant's really fun in it. He's the bad guy in that. And it's a very similar type of character. And he's really hamming it up there. And I think part of it is also by comparison, he really shines. And here, everyone's doing a good job. So he kind of blends.
Yeah.
And for me, I was expecting Hugh Grant to be really fun to watch. But he wasn't like, he was just like fine.
I gotcha.
I don't think this is a criticism because he was great.
I have no real criticism.
You're just being nitpicky.
I'm being fully nitpicky. I have no real criticism. I think, except for
I have one, the Bradley Cooper thing.
Same.
Oh, really?
Because
Just
not the scene,
just the visual.
Just the visual. What to me it looks like they just took Bradley Cooper and resized him.
Yeah.
So the proportions don't feel different. So it just looks like he's just like shrunk and put against her, and it doesn't work for me.
And generally also the compositing felt a little like cheap to do with the compositing. Like it didn't exist in the world very seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like I could kind of see. I almost felt like there was feathering around him or something. Like, but it's fine because it's also a funny scene. So I'm kind of like I'm okay with it. And it's like the only thing I could possibly have a problem with.
I loved Reggae Jean Pei. He was good.
Zenk, the paladin.
Oh, yeah. He was very good.
He was fun.
He looked so good, and his walk with a little bit of a sway.
It was cool.
He did a good job. Because I've seen him. I've seen that show. I don't know if you've seen it, the Bridgerton show.
He's right. I think so. He looked familiar, but I didn't see Bridgerton. That would explain
And
it.
he looks fine in that. And then I saw him in this movie. What's that movie called with Chris Evans or whatever?
The Grey Man.
The Grey Man.
Oh, I saw that.
And I think that's his character and his role is just awful. Doesn't work. Doesn't really suit him. It's like it's just very meh. So but he was really good in that.
I think also the writing was really strong for him specifically. I mean everyone but him.
That's kind of how I felt about I think what's the actress's name? Is it Michelle Rodriguez?
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting, Olga. I was expecting to not love that character because I'm like, oh, it looks like she's going to be who she is in Fast and Furious, and in those movies she's one note. But I'm like, oh no, if you actually give her like it's the fault of Fast and Furious. It's not her.
Yeah, she's great. I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love. She was like so warm. Like she was like made my heart melt with her little
Me too.
And like what a great choice to have her be the person who dies and then bring them back. And
Yeah, it delivered emotionally too. Like it was funny, but it got me. I could have teared up, you know.
I didn't expect it to have so much heart.
Yeah.
I thought it would just be like tongue in cheek and fun, and it would be like very like how Marvel movies feel now, kind of. Just
Exactly.
Who made this?
This is the kid from
Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks. The visual language is really strong, and then like there's so many set pieces, but they don't feel like too much. Like I'm like every few minutes there's like each of them is very well done, and each of them is like very distinct visually. Like the bit where the druid is like escaping.
That was a great scene.
Really
It's a long take, and they keep changing.
And it feels frantic.
And it's like scary and all this, and it's like a very specific piece of visual that doesn't repeat again, but it's like its own thing. I'm noticing the camera work that's really good. Like there's the scene where Regé-Jean Page is giving the paladin is giving the lore dump, where he's like this is what the red wizards did and all this shit. And he just like it's just the beginning of the scene where he walks into the room and the camera does this like very nice sweep around him, like it's really close to the walls, and it's like this really like a lot of depth in that, a lot of parallax, and it's just like you like making this movie. I was happy.
And the fighting style as well, like his fighting style when he does that was like very heroic and very like.
The action was cool, the fighting and stuff, the choreography.
Holga's was a bit more like
very brutal
and she's moving around more than he is. He's like in one place, and then who else fought? I guess.
Oh, dude, Chris Pine does not fight.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I love Chris Pine. I've always enjoyed watching him. He's very handsome, and I love his
extremely
voice.
so.
The one thing I was like very confused about was why Hugh Grant likes the daughter so
Yeah,
much. Like,
why
what
did he want
that's
to steal
about.
her?
He said he had some line that was like showing that he was sort of in it for the wrong reasons. He's like, you get to shape them into your image. And
Oh, yeah, that's
there
what
was
it
you
is,
get to play God with them. He had like
What a weird choice still.
But I like all the actors so much.
Yeah.
Like even I'm never gonna remember his name. The guy from Pokemon.
Yeah,
From
Justice Smith, I think.
Justice, yeah.
He was very cute.
I didn't like him so much in the Pikachu movie.
Yeah,
I
me
thought it
neither.
was kind of bland, but like that's what it's not their fault.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the fucking writing. Because man, is he fun? Remember in the end when the girl he likes, he's like, yeah, you can try. He's like, yeah, it's so good. I was like, you're adorable. I love
They're
it.
all
He's
great.
very cute, yeah.
And it's kind of rare in an ensemble movie to, at least for me, to like all the characters and care about all the characters. But I super did, and that's hard. That's hard to do.
Even like the druid girl who like doesn't have a lot of character development, I was like, and she did so much cool shit. Like remember when she went through the portal? Man, there's so much like good stuff.
I gotta rewatch that part because that's when I was explaining to Micah what she missed while she was in the bathroom.
It's really good.
It's a fun scene.
It seemed cool though. It seemed creative, and it felt like D&D, like in a weird way. Like either the way that the characters had to like improvise or like adapt without it being like overt. I thought at one point I said to my partner, I was like, when we saw the trailer for the movie, I'm like, I bet at some point something amazing is going to happen, and one character is going to be like, what are the odds of that? And then another character will be like 1 in 20. You know what I mean? I thought there'd be like cheesy stuff, but instead of like those sort of overt, kind of tacky references, it just like captured the feeling of playing. And, oh, and that's such a better way to do it.
When they were fighting the Red Wizard right at the end,
Yeah.
everyone is doing like a thing one after the other, and it's like that's what combat is supposed to be. It's like super slowed down, but that's what it is. Like all of your turns in 6 seconds. Oh my god.
Super cool.
The only thing I noticed, this is like, again, everything I say, super nitpicky, not real criticism.
I'll do one to balance you out afterward. I got one little nitpick.
The only one I was noticing once when Holga was fighting was that like she doesn't miss. She never misses.
Interesting.
And it's like she should miss at least a few times so that it feels like that.
And she's a barbarian, right?
Yeah.
So she's good at it.
Yeah, true.
That's another thing I really liked about it. About her character was, I mean, I don't know that much about D&D, and I don't know about I don't know any details about what one is like, but barbarian, I'm just like going off of the name, barbaric, right? So, and I had seen that Dan Harmon D&D, and that woman was a barbarian in that. So that's all my knowledge of a barbarian character. So when I watched the trailer, because of what I've seen, I thought she would be like very intense and very extra, like just So when I watched the movie, I'm like, oh, she's so chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not angry at all. She's just like a little
she goes into a rage, which is an ability that barbarians have.
I like it that that's the choice they went with, that the barbarian is the cutest character.
I mean, she's the most lovable because, and they know it because they kill her in the end, and you are supposed to feel bad about it. Like, I mean, we all know she's gonna be brought back, but like, it fucking works.
But yeah, but like, I like it as a choice to go with that.
Even the like little things where like, I think he says something and she goes, "Don't mock me."
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, you want to balance me out?
Oh yeah, I got my only nitpick of the whole movie, and it's small, is like there's a couple moments where they like either overtly reference a callback or say something out loud, and sometimes like a little more subtlety I think is fun. Like there's a beat where, you know, there's this monster, I forgot what it's called, but it'll attack the smartest person in the room or something like that.
The brain guy.
Yeah, or it's like drawn to intelligence, and then it just walks right by all of them. Because what happens is Chris Pine then says like, well, that's hurtful, or something like that. That's hurtful. And I think like there's enough other lines kind of like that in the movie. Just some mannerisms where maybe they, you know, look at each other and kind of look down, like a little more kind of let us put it together, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like we got the joke already.
Yeah, we got the joke, so I'd rather see them like just squirm kind of non-verbally, like maybe they don't quite look each other in the eye for a minute, they kind of, you know, or even like there's sort of this metaphor in the movie with the dragonfly and letting go.
Yeah.
We see the dragonfly and then we learn kind of its significance through this flashback.
And every time he has a flashback, he sees the dragon.
Yeah, they hold your hand a little too much. But it still works, and I'd still rather make sure that everyone in the audience gets it.
Yeah, it's like a small price to pay, considering the movie is actually really fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like dragonfly part I didn't get to until then. I'm like, oh, it's the same thing. I get it. Like, I guess I'm one of those audiences. I'm like, oh.
You were saying you wanted to talk about like the Easter eggs and stuff?
Because I've only played D&D in our campaign.
Was the mimic, is that an Easter egg?
Yeah.
And I only knew I knew the mimic.
Yeah.
And I think the stones that they used to communicate, we've used those,
Well,
I think.
texting tablets are technically those. They're just like different versions of it.
But then afterwards, because I saw the movie with some friends that have also played D&D, they knew the animals, like the beast that projects itself, the display. Yeah, like they knew all the little
Oh,
things.
I didn't know that. That was scary.
That was scary.
I love the hither wand, the portal gun, which is a
Oh,
wand.
yeah.
I was like, I don't know if this is in D&D or not, but like it's fun. It's a portal gun.
I like
It's
the
really
name
funny.
hither thither. I'm like, that's the cutest thing.
So many spells, like I don't know if you noticed, but Magic Missile is a spell, which is that it happened twice where they would shoot like a fireball or a ball and it would split into 3.
Nice.
And I was like, that's Magic Missile.
That's
See
cool.
that shit. When the two hands.
That's
Mage
hand.
hand. That's Mage hand.
That
Oh.
was neat.
Also, another Easter egg was in the maze. You know that group? There was like another group.
Yeah.
And they were like very specific looking.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
like a green, whatever. And so they are a reference to the original Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. Or if you've seen it. I was like, fuck, that's exactly. It was like immediately, like in the background first, and then they're in the cage later. And I was
That's
like,
definitely
great.
Easter egg. That's so subtle. Yeah.
People are upset because they're like, you've reduced these like great characters to like a 1-minute joke, and then they're gonna die at the end of this. And the gelatinous cube, you guys have seen gelatinous?
Yeah, I recognize it. I'm like, okay, because you mentioned it, that there was one in the train.
Yeah.
But ours were not me.
No, because I find them to be silly.
Yeah.
I have a question other from D&D. I'm very hungry.
Yeah, we can finish talking in a bit.
No, should we just order?
We can order some.
Should we just
We can get pizza.
Yeah.
We're talking about pizza. Are you okay with pizza?
Oh yeah, anything is cool. Oh yeah.
What other Easter egg?
I was realizing as they were dishing out all this lore, I was like, oh, they're probably not making all of this up, like the witches and stuff. And was it Fae or Fae? What is it?
Thayan.
Thayan.
I know specifically that the prison in the beginning is like made specifically for the movie, because then they released that as a new adventure.
That's cool.
Another thing is like Simon had that little thingy that he would like dial that he would move around. Normally, in the rules of D&D, you're allowed to prepare a certain number of spells at the beginning of the day, and those are the only spells you can use that day. Like, I'm very generous with y'all. Y'all get to do whatever the fuck you feel like. But I love that he would like,
Yeah.
like a spell, he picked the wrong spell or something.
And it's the kind of thing where if you don't know what that is, you're just like, oh, that must be part of how the magic works. Like you just.
But I love the idea of like each slot having a spell inside it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's great. Like another thing I feel like was like a reference to the game was like character upgrades that they would get. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like when Holga was asking the guy about the axe, like how to clean it, all this stuff, and this like getting an item, and then later when she fought and dipped it in the like the lava or whatever, and then became different. I feel like that was like a level up.
Yeah.
There's a scene like when he's giving Simon a pep talk, Chris Pine's character, and he's like,
Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, that's like Bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to rewatch this one. It was a good time.
Good. It was a fun time, and I feel like
It feels like D&D at times. I kind of just like accepted stuff.
Yeah.
If Ant-Man tried to pull this stuff, be like, oh yeah, we can talk to each other with these rocks. I'd be like, wait a minute, that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, it feels very loose.
It's very loose and like go with the flow and like adapt. So there was nothing that they introduced where I was like, I don't know about that.
Well, I love that also because they spend so much time, like so many times, Justice says, you can't just say do it with magic.
Yeah.
But they do, totally.
Yeah.
There was so much to love though, like even their costumes were so
Yeah.
good. Like I saw, at one point Hugh Grant was like showing people around in the scene. I was like, that jacket is amazing.
Yeah.
But I loved seeing Holga's home, like Holga's husband's home.
Yeah.
Was very cute.
We should call him a Bradley Mini Cooper.
That's really good.